My name's Sarah Fox. We were totally struck with unanticipated and never imagined news that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My husband noticed this tiny little lump, but being active and having no previous health history, I just dismissed it, but figured, okay, I do need to get in to see my OB and figure out, what this is. And so I went in, and he didn't think anything of it, but because he couldn't easily identify what it was, I followed the protocol of taking the next step and sending me in for a biopsy and imaging. And the doctor I saw for that said, oh, it's probably nothing. But once again, went ahead and had to further biopsy it, and it came back as breast cancer. It was the first week of November in 2019 that was confirmed.
It's shocking to receive that kind of news. It was terrifying. There's also a sense of needing to stay calm and figure out what the next steps are, kind of keep everybody moving in the right direction.
I think it really was just disbelief that I experienced at first. And of course, these initial fears started to creep in pretty quickly. I see this picture of my family, of my husband and our children, and I just kind of saw myself being erased from that. My immediate jump was to worst case scenario, and kind of like, this is the beginning of the end for me. Here I am 18 months later, feeling good, getting to share this important part of our life with you. When we walked into my oncologist room to meet with her for the first time, there were pamphlets up on the wall, and one of those was from Wonders and Worries.
I had heard of Wonders and Worries actually from a patient who had gone through some difficult times with her health, and she had mentioned how awesome it was for her kids.
We immediately had a resource available to us. We knew that we could reach out to answer tough questions for our children and better understand how we were going to help them through the treatment journey as we were going through it ourselves.
They gained some sort of technical perspective, like what is a blood cell and where does an IV line go into a port and that kind of stuff.
As a parent, we have learned over the past 13 years how important it is to have someone other than yourselves to share certain information with your children. We can say something, but as mom and dad, sometimes it really sinks in when someone else says that. And so seeing that Wonders and Worries had a team of experienced adults who cared and loved about children and wanted to help them through this time, it brought a lot of comfort to know that our kids could go to another source and maybe have the freedom to express the concerns they had, especially knowing they were talking with an adult who had been with lots of kids who have gone through similar journeys before. I was very grateful for Wonders and Worries, and being a program that doesn't cost anything, it's available to anyone.
The fact that just was sort of immediately not an issue was a real blessing for us. We didn't have to think about, whether we could afford the service or weighing if it's an in-sum game, does this fit into the overall plan? It was just the right thing to do for our kids, and therefore we did it. We didn't have to think about anything else.
I would like to thank everyone who's part of the Wonders and Worries program. Every single person there brings a different and unique gift and a small piece that helps make Wonders and Worries what it is.
I want to encourage any donors out there who are thinking of a good organization support to really consider Wonders and Worries, because the work they do makes a big difference. It really reaches people in some dark days and gives a really significant ray of hope.